I think I'm going to start handling this particular situation a little differently. So I'm going to tell you about that here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flip It Ain't Easy. And today I want to talk to you about maybe a reverse in direction that I've, for years I've kind of handled this situation this particular way. And I think in light of things that are going on the platform, the difficulties that buyers may be experiencing on the platform, I'm going to start handling this particular situation a little differently. And that is cancellations, or at least cancellation requests. So here you are, you're plugging away, you're working, you're out and about, whatever, and you get that beautiful cha-ching sound on your phone. And you take a look, like I do. I want to see what's sold. And wow, in this case today it was a $100 item plus shipping. And cool, just kind of solidifies and confirms that you're on the right track. And then within minutes you get that other sound, and it's followed by a cancellation request. And nothing takes the wind out of your sails more than going from having a sale to a buyer now wanting to cancel. And it can be frustrating, right? And in the past, it's like the mentality I've had is it's the buyer's fault. We're dealing with a sketchy buyer, or what crazy New York driver used to call a fitchy buyer. You guys remember that one? And now, what do? In the past, I know some people who would actually not even accept the cancellation and go on and ship it. And I even had that mentality, about a year and a half ago. Now, of course, I changed my ways since making that video. My thought process was if the buyer wasn't going to even have the common courtesy to reach out to let me know, hey, I changed my mind, I found a better price, they just go through the automated process, then, it's a request and forget it. I'm not even going to bother with canceling. I'm just going to ship it. And then we've all had a discussion back and forth. It's not worth it, not worth paying for the return label or dealing all that stuff. And then there's others that would say, we ship it out anyway, and the return never happens. The buyer just keeps the item. And I don't know what to believe on that, because I've had a mixed bag of results when I used to not accept the return. But at this point, I'm accepting the return, but I'm also not blocking the buyer, okay? So I think because of a lot of things that's going on, is it really the buyer's fault? Now, I want to know what you guys think down below, but eBay is causing a high effort customer experience in putting competitors' listings immediately after they check out, after they buy our item. They're seeing the same item, and in many cases, their eBay is finally showing the same item cheaper to the buyer. That buyer could have done a search, and we all know how broken search is, maybe found my item, but didn't see the same item in that search result. But now that item that they like better is coming up on this screen after they check out. So is it really the buyer's fault that they didn't have the opportunity? Now, that's just a hypothetical. Maybe that item did come up in that search result, but maybe it didn't, because we all know how broken the search is lately. And is that the buyer's fault? And is that more of an eBay problem than a buyer problem? So if I have an honest person that's really just trying to get a good deal and trying to fulfill whatever their need or want is, and they decide that my item is no longer that item, am I going to throw them, on the block list because I'm irritated? And that's all it is. You're just irritated. But at the end of the day, is that buyer a bad buyer? And I think the mindset is, I'll show them and we'll just put them on the block list. I'll never have to worry about them again. When maybe you're just putting just an ordinary person with the same wants and things that you're looking for, a good deal, because we're all looking for a good deal. I think all resellers can appreciate that. And we're throwing them on the block list. And I think for me, I'm not going to do that any longer. If I get somebody who cancels, I'm just going to accept the cancellation and move on. I'm going to reserve that block list for buyers who make consistent bad offers, like what I'm dealing with actually right now as I make this video. that I'm ignoring. It's popping up on my phone, but I'm going to ignore the request because I know it's a bad offer from what I see. Buyers who open false sign ads, buyers who ask a million questions, right? And you have the answer for most of those questions in your listing, yet you find yourself having to stop what you're doing to answer questions that you took the time to put that very information in the listing. And that is not an eBay problem. Those are buyer problems. Those are bad buyer problems, and those are problem buyers that need to be put on your block list. But customer confusion, eBay doesn't make buying on eBay all that easy. From the feedback that I've seen from buyers who've talked to me and your feedback in the comments who've dealt with buyers, eBay isn't the easiest buying experience in the world. And for that reason, I am going to start giving a little slack to some of these people, because it's quite possible that sometime down the road they may do another search, find my item, and it may be just the item they're looking for, and eBay may display some other listings for them to see, but they may still go with my item at my price. So, I want to know what you think down below. How do you handle situations like that? Are you like me, where in the past you just block someone who would request to cancel? I mean, it seems like the easy thing to do, but at the end of the day, who are we hurting? Now we have millions of buyers on the platform, so it's, blocking a buyer here, blocking a buyer there isn't the reason why your sales are slow. But at the same time, I just think it's a huge overreaction, and it's with everything that I've read and in light of everything that we're dealing with eBay search nowadays, I think it's not the right way to go. But that's your decision. You're running your business. But it's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to check out one of these videos here, and we will talk to you very soon.